Hi everybody, I'm Chef Jeffrey Gardner with Southern Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a chicken confit. What is confit, you may ask? Well, in its simplest form, confit involves taking a meat, usually poultry, or vegetables, and cooking them low and slow in fat as a preservation method. We've got some beautiful Springer Mountain chicken thighs here, so we're going to walk through what is an easy, a little bit of time-consuming process, but delicious nonetheless. We've got some kosher salt, and we're just going to liberally season our chicken thighs. We're going to go the equivalent probably of about 3 tablespoons of salt here. Now, at this stage, you could add other aromatics or spices. You could add peppercorns, you could add fresh herbs. If you were curing duck, you could add things like juniper berries. But at its most simple form, kosher salt is really all you need for the confit process. Make sure everything is nicely coated here. So what we're going to do is put this in the refrigerator overnight preferably, but from 8 to 12 hours. If you wanted to do this before you left for work in the morning and then rinse them off when you get home, that would be just fine. I'm going to set these to the side here. So last night we prepped some chicken thighs the exact same manner. We've pulled these out of the fridge after 8 hours. I've rinsed them and patted them dry with paper towels. The most important part is that before they go into the fat, they are completely dry. So we've got a deep cast iron skillet here. We're just going to lay our chicken thighs with a little bit of space in between each one. We're going to go skin side up. We didn't add any flavorings to our chicken as we were curing them because we're going to add some to the oil. I've got some whole garlic cloves that we've just peeled and smashed, a few bay leaves, and some fresh rosemary. I like to give my rosemary just a squeeze to kind of bruise up and release some of the essential oils. Speaking of oil, this is the time where we're going to cover the chicken with a neutral oil. Most of you don't have 12 pounds of schmaltz laying around to cover chicken thighs, and so something like canola oil will work just fine. The salt will help not only flavor the chicken, but act as a preservation method to extend its shelf life, as will the oil. We're going to go just enough to completely cover our chicken by about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. This ended up being about 2 quarts completely of oil. Now that our chicken is covered, we're just going to cover our skillet with a piece of aluminum foil. Kind of help trap some of that heat inside. We have our oven set to 250 degrees. You want to cook this very low and slowly for several hours until the chicken is no longer pink and will just pull away from the bone. Some recipes will tell you to have your oven set for 200 degrees, but really having the fat that's inside cooking at about 190 degrees to 200 degrees will just gently cook the chicken through. So to achieve that, our oven is set to 250 degrees. It's been a few hours. We've taken our chicken out of the oven. I'm just going to remove the aluminum foil. It's the garlic and the rosemary is perfuming the air. This is such a beautiful thing. Now, if you want to serve your chicken as whole thighs, I would advise transferring this to a baking dish and letting it cool in the fat. That way it'll kind of help hold its shape a little bit better, and you can crisp it up in a pan a little bit later. Right now, I like it warm. I just want to shred this and serve it over a beautiful fresh salad. So I'm going to take it out with my tongs and just take a fork and shred this over a bowl. Just falls apart on you, that's okay, and you can fish out the skin and fish out the bones just as easily. You can see how nicely it came away from the bone. Now, because of the time in the fat that it's spent, this is just such a very gentle cooking method. It's not going to absorb any of the fat. This won't taste fatty. It'll just have this really rich, wonderful, unctuous flavor. It's not just chicken thighs that you can confit. You can confit duck legs, you can confit pork belly or pork shoulder for carnitas, or for something really killer, Springer Mountain chicken wings cooked confit. Really fantastic stuff. And dinner is served. Chicken confit over a nice seasonal salad. For more recipes like this, visit SpringerMTN.com. Thanks for watching.